Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Cali BG coming to y'all with a audio session this morning to break down the Monday Night Football win for the Packers beating the Philadelphia Eagles. For the Packers, this is a very big win for them. They obviously snapped their four-game losing streak last night. Total yards were 387 compared to Philadelphia's 292. A lot of first downs converted for the Packers, 25. Philadelphia's first downs, 20. Key stat for the Packers compared to Philadelphia is their third down conversions. So they were 10 of 14 last night compared to Philadelphia that were 5 and 11. Time of possession was a very big factor in last night's matchup with the Packers holding the Philadelphia Eagles 35 minutes and some change, and Philadelphia had barely 24 and a half minutes. One thing I want to discuss as far as the inconsistency of Philadelphia's offense, and as much as I'm a huge fan, anyone that knows me on a personal level or just outside looking as far as how I am and representing Philadelphia Eagles colors, there's a lot of questions in the air as far as the offense. What can they do to make things right? I mean, this is a very young squad on this side of the ball. And I think for Doug Peterson, I'm sure he's very pissed off at this point, guys. This is not sugarcoated. After last night, he did speak to veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins and also the team as well after the loss last night. Eagles will find out over the next 5 games. This is the 5 games that we have left over, which is in Cincinnati next week, home against Washington, on the road against Baltimore. Then the final 2 home games will be the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys for the finale. The next 5 games, according to Doug Peterson, he will evaluate who wants to be here for the next season. Now, with that being said, I could definitely tell you as far as who's going to stay and who's going to be gone. And my prediction as far as who's going to be leaving, here are some of the key names I feel like they're going to leave. Number one, definitely Nolan Carroll. Obviously he was only on a 1-year contract to make it or break it deal if he wanted to stay with Philly. But his play shot himself in the foot these last few games. I mean, he's really not really going up for the jump balls as he should, or not really paying into this defensive schemes as far as looking over which receivers are coming up his way. I think he's definitely going to be gone for sure. That's definitely my number one. My number two, honestly, I think Leotis McKelvin. I think he's going to be gone. Ever since the Giants game, pretty much burned him against Odell Beckham. And you can't really win in a league where you can't really jam. You can't really jam some receivers on the field. If anyone can see that after last night, especially that first touchdown for Davante Adams, listen, guys, you guys know that this man did not jam this receiver. I don't understand what is the mindset go for corners every time when it comes to game day. I mean, seriously, I would be pissed off as a defensive back coach because this is basic fundamentals, you guys. I mean, really, you got to line up man to man. If you're man to man on coverage, that's obviously the first thing you have to do. You got to jam this man within 5 yards. You got to give yourself cushion. Now, a lot of times you see other corners in other games. I can't really say Philadelphia, but they will do it here and there on different occasions. Corners line up 10 yards back. Now, I can tell you, I talked to an old colleague of mine. Shout out to Vanell Edwards. You check him out on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Him and I discussed this years ago as far as why do they feel so comfortable being 10 yards back? Are they trying to take an advantage point as far as how to have themselves up in an angle to where they could possibly get a play against the receiver, or they're scared of getting burnt? So I think in this case, if I was a defensive back coach, you got to pick and choose your battles as far as just trying to cushion your guys. I'm sorry, but for me personally, Nobody don't line up 10 yards back. It's just ridiculous. That's an open hole for the offense. And that's just bottom line. So I said Nolan Carroll will be gone. Leotis McKelvin's going to be gone. That's my number 2. My number 3, I've got to be honest with you guys. I really do think Connor Barber is going to be gone next. Exactly why? Limited snaps of play, if you can tell by rotation. He's not really getting on the ball as much as he is. The only person defensive on the front 7 who's really kind of going up to the ball, really, it's been really Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox. And I know Fletcher Cox has not been up to speed as far as where he's at this point of the season, but I mean, you got to really take it into consideration. Connor Barman has been in and out of those snaps. He's on that rotation, and just I think it's this year he's gonna have to go. I mean, I don't know as far as what's gonna be next for him. I don't know he's like a huge fan favorite for the city of Philadelphia as far as what he's done off the field. My number 4, I think on the offensive side of the ball, I definitely feel that I think Ryan Matthews is probably going to be gone too. He was compared to last year to this year. Obviously he was he was the running back campaign manager for the Eagles last year under Chip Kelly, and he's just not 100% healthy most of the time, unfortunately, and this is not looking good. Despite the dissecting inconsistency of Philadelphia's offense, Ryan, it's not even the fact of he can go hard as much as you like, but you can't really depend on him. I hate to say it, you guys, but you know what I'm saying, we're gonna have to next man up mentality, or you're gonna have to draft some new speed, because obviously we're not very versatile. Offensively, we are not very versatile, you guys. And so whether you like it or not, or agree to disagree, it's the truth. So those are my top 4 as far as who's going to be gone. Now, for the ones that want to stay, it's obviously going to be some unknown names. Obviously like Paul Turner and Bryce Triggs. There's not really too many snaps last night for those guys. And the state of Philadelphia Eagles football right now, I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be reevaluated, and there probably will be some surprising cuts come March. By free agency. We're just going to have to see as far as what are we going to work with on the table. Who's really want to come into Philadelphia and actually want to change the culture? Because we're not getting it done, guys. I'm sorry. I know last night was such a big ordeal as far as our first home loss of the season, now that we're 4-1 at home. But there's a bigger picture in that, guys. So, other than that, this is a wrap up of my audio session. So, if you guys want to make a comment or so, go ahead and drop it down in the comment section. I will also still be showing my link to my sports blog page. So that will be calibg804.sportsblog.com. So go ahead and check it out. It's your boy. I will be making videos today. So stay tuned.